Hello everybody, it's me, Angie. How you doing today? Coming on to do this pretty project with you guys. Hope you guys can see it. Let me see if I'm kind of cloudy today. Let me see if it helps if I turn the light on. Hopefully you guys can see that. I don't know if it puts a glare or not. I'll pull it up. Isn't that a pretty thing? So, what this is just a pretty page for our journals. Let me grab a piece of paper. Yeah. This is just your standard 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, which is our normal size for our journals. So that gives us 8.5 by 5.5. And this project is just a pretty page just to cover the entire page. Just like so. Isn't that lovely? So this is actually 8 by 5, so it gives us just a little bit of room all the way around. Yeah, so when you open it up, that's just a little tie for extra prettiness. And when you open it up, you've got all this loveliness to look at. If you pull that out here, this is a coin envelope housing a nice pretty tag for journaling there. And then it's a little tuck spot on the side the way I put it in, and I just put a little small decorative notepad with just a little something for jotting down and writing, additional journaling space there. And that tucks in right in there. Isn't that pretty? So I just put the word travel up there, put some lace and some floral elements, a little bit of pearl, and just use a pretty background paper. You know, your papers kind of set this project off, along with, I think, the lace. But, yeah, and that's just for extra prettiness there. And, like, we don't want our project pieces for each page to be too bulky. So, I thought that wasn't too bad. And it just sits just like that. Gives them something to open up when they get to that page. So I thought we would do that together. We're going to try and get through it on one video, so let's get started, okay? So I'm push this off to the side. I think I have all my elements that we're going to need. I just have cream color cardstock in the size of, let me confirm, I think it's 5 by 8. 5 by 8. 5 by 8. This one I rounded the corners. It's going to be the exact same concept, but we're just going to do things a little bit differently just to kind of get a different look on this next one. So on this one I rounded the corners. So on this one I thought I'd leave the corners square. Okay, I've chosen my papers. I've got this pretty digital here, and I cut it down just 1/8 of an inch border all the way around. So that's 4 7/8 by 7 7/8, okay? And then just line that up with a 1/8 of an inch border all the way around and put that baby down. And for this here, just to save time, I did use glue on this one. I'm just going to use snail tape on this one just to get it down quickly, okay? Because my time with you guys is just about 30 to 33 minutes, or it will shut down. I don't know why that is, but I'm not real familiar with the things on YouTube, but that's my time, so I'm going to try and be conscientious of that and get this done in that amount of time, okay? So pardon me if I'm moving a little bit briskly, but I just do want to try and get this project done with you guys in completion, okay? So yeah, we just want to make sure we get this first piece down really well. And like I said, square corners, rounded corners, however you choose to do, it's totally up to you. Okay, so next I have let me open this up so we can kind of follow along together. And I don't know if you can see that with me setting that. I'll kind of set it right off to the side there, so hopefully you can still see that. Okay, I have a coin envelope, and this one I just used a digital with a map on it, because it's, you know, she's taken the background. These two background papers do come from the same digital kit. It's like a travel, and she's taken pictures and so forth. This one is the same thing. So on this one I have another coin envelope, and it just says memories, where this one said, oh, it says memories also. And I don't really care about covering up the face part, but I really do want to keep the element of the scissors and the boot. I think that's really nice. So I thought I would kind of set this off on the right side, where I set this one off onto the left and kind of angle it just a little bit. And I really like that. I chose this particular one because that green coin envelope on here sets off and brings out the green in the leaves on there. Okay, so we're going to set that down there. And before I do that, I have my lace. I put some lace trim on this one. And I chose pink because this has some pinks and red tones in there. So I thought we'd do it a little different and put a pink ribbon on this one, but I just couldn't decide if I want to do it like this or if I want to trim this little back edge piece off and do it like that. That's my only thing I'm indecisive about. So let me just look at that for a minute and see how... Well, the lace is going to cover up the boot anyway, isn't it? Okay. You know what? I think I'm going to cut this little trim piece off. I'm not going to waste too much time on this. We're going to just do it and get her done. So yeah, happy Friday to everyone. I hope everybody's having a good start to their weekend. Yeah, I think that makes a big difference. I think that's, let me just even up this end here. I think we'll put that down right there. And that right there. Okay. So, yeah, I like that. Okay, so let's put the lace down, and I'm just use your glue of choice, and stick that right down. Try and get it as straight as I can. Okay, and onward we go. Very pretty. Okay. So next we're going to put down our coin envelope. And like I said, I'm going to angle that to the right. And the other one is angled to the left. And now we made it also not only to house here, but we made it a tuck spot here. So we're just going to glue these two sides and the bottom or the back flap of this. Okay, so here, here, and here. Glue that down. And when we put glue on the top piece, we want to be careful not to put too much to where it's gonna run and ooze upward to where it closes, and we won't be able to open our top corners for our tag, to house our tag there. So I'm going to try and just lay that down right there, okay? And we're going to be really careful with how we glue that top. Let me just make sure that top piece is open. And it is. Okay. So now we want to give it a good press. Make sure it's on there well. Okay, it's looking pretty already. I like it. Okay. So next is a tag, and my coin envelope measures 2.5 by 4 1/4, thereabout. And I've already made my tag just to save time. Everybody knows how to make a tag. And I just used another piece of the cream colored cardstock. I put some coffee dyed paper on the back, and then on this one I just did it in reverse. So on this one I did some dictionary page up on the top, and just kind of rough tore a piece of coffee dyed paper half on the bottom. So we're going to do this one reverse. I put the coffee dyed paper on the top and a piece of dictionary page on the bottom. And I did ink it around and just put a thumb pull on there. And I'm just going to put a little more ink on there. Looks kind of bare. Okay, so there's my tag. And then I just put a thing, and on this one I put a couple little pearls, so we'll put something on the top of that one as well. Okay, and in she goes just like that. I think that looks really nice. Okay, next we got to make our little tablet. So for that, what did I use? Okay, on that I just used a piece of digi paper, and I backed it with some coffee dyed paper. So let me find a little piece of paper here in my scraps here that we can use that might tie in with that, if I have anything. Here's one with some green, and it's going to be tucked in there for the most part, so it won't be too bad. Let's see what else I might want to use. No. Okay, this is from the digital kit as well, but it's got a lot of white on there. Let's go ahead and use this, because I'm going to cut a lot of that, tear a lot of that white off anyway to fit inside. So what did we say that was? 4 1/4. So with the glue, probably about 4 inches. So let me bring in my guillotine and cut this down to 4 inches first. And decide, I think I want to keep the horse, so we're going to cut this way. And we wanted it 4 inches. I kind of like that clock too, though, huh? We'll cut away some of the horse. I think that, well, I think I'm going to go this way, guys. Or no, we need it 4 inches in height, don't we? See, I almost messed up. You guys gotta keep me on my toes. Yes. No. Okay, so we need, what if I just fold this in half? No, we want to fold it in half this way. See, I am getting off kiltered here. Okay, so we want to go in this way and this way, I believe. I think I got it right now. Okay. I think I got it, guys. Sorry. See, when I'm restricted on time, I just kind of lose my, and it's a little snug. It gets in there, but I'm just going to cut off a little bit more because we don't want to have to force it. So we'll go down to 3 3/8. That should give us plenty to come in and out. Let's see. Yep. I don't know if I like that though, that white on there. Okay, just a little bit of the pink is coming out, and we're going to be using some gold, so that'll bring some of the gold out on that. That's what I was thinking for that. So okay, we'll go with that. And then we need a piece of coffee dyed paper to line that with. And I am just going to put a couple little notches, right there, where I need to cut. Bring the guillotine back in real quick. So that was 3 3/8, so pretty good. I have to move kind of briskly here, guys. Let's see if I measured that well. And we're good. Okay, I'm just going to use some glue stick on this. And I didn't iron this particular piece of coffee dyed paper, so it has a little bit of ripples in it, but we can still work with that. Thinking it's I'm gonna have to just do a little press with my fingers and go down to try and get it flat. I'm pressing so hard with my finger, the coffee scent is coming through. Oh, it smells really good. It's making me want a cup of coffee. That's too funny. Okay, very nice. Make sure the edges are down well. Ripples are okay. Okay, very good. Then we're just going to reinforce that first fold that we had made. Nice and gentle. And close her up. Okay, and we can't really do too much decorating with the little extra note writing tablet here that we made because it won't fit underneath, but that's okay. We can leave it like that. All right, we've got our tag, so let's get on to the element down here. I used a artificial plastic flower. I don't have that many pretty paper flowers that I really wanted to use. So I grabbed another one, the exact same one, but I really like this. Isn't that pretty? That would bring out so many nice colors, but it's just so bulky. It stands out so high. And I don't think, even if I cut this away, that will bring the, see, isn't that pretty? I think that's, but it just stands out too much. So we're going to skip that. We're going to go with the same flower that we used on the other one, and all I did was cut it down, and I used a spot of hot glue on that. So I'm going to plug in my hot glue gun behind me. Bring that up. Only takes a moment to get hot. And we'll put that down on this side, of course, because we're doing it in reverse. And I've got some fake leaves. And I just trimmed it down because that is a big leaf. So I trimmed that down just a bit. Tuck that behind like so. Okay, so once the glue gun gets hot, I did use a little strand of pearls. So we'll do that as well. And guesstimate how much I need. Shouldn't be more than that. Okay. And we'll get that baby down. Just about hot. Put that up. And on this one, while that's getting hot, I cut 2 1-inch slits on each side of the paper, and I tucked it in the back, and I glued it down and secured it with a piece of Scotch tape just to reinforce the cuts as well. Okay, and I did one on the other side as well, same thing. Okay, that should be hot now. Yeah, it's coming out. Okay, and we just need a, oops, that's actually too much, but put that down right there. And a little bit of glue on the flower. And we'll kind of flatten those petals out a little bit. Very pretty. Okay, that's all we need that for, I think. So we'll go and unplug that again. over there to dry, cool down. Okay, we're coming along nicely, guys. Let's see. Oh, before that hot glue gun cools off, I need to put a little dab for our pearls. And just tuck that right underneath one of the petals here. Put a small dab. Tuck that in and give it a little press. Okay, very nice. All right, I like that. And if you wanted to go a step further, we could put a little element on the front of this, because see, this one had a nice image on there. So I didn't think about putting anything on there, but this one's kind of plain, but I do kind of like the way the green is. It kind of brings a little bit to the background because the background is so dark. So that's why I kind of chose that. And then the green kind of ties in. So I think for now we're going to leave that. I think I'm okay with that. I think I want to snip off one each. Oops. Of that. Okay. Then we need to put, where's my pearls? I did put a couple. I put, what, a strand of 2. So let's do a strand of 3 on this one. And for that, I used my glossy accents. And trying to bead a glue right along the top there. About 1/4 of an inch. And set that down to dry. Okay, very nice. So this is really easy to make, guys. Just really, really easy, but I think it really packs a punch for a journal page. Not only is it beautiful to look at, but it houses a tag, or you can put a little journaling card in there rather than a little notebook. You know, you can just slide a journaling card in there with you in there and, you know, eliminate the extra steps to make a little journaling spot. Totally up to you. Okay, so now what we want to do is, what else do I need? Oh, my gold pearls. I did run a strand of pearls, didn't I? Or flat back. So let's see how much I need. I need it to be about to there. Okay, let me trim off one of these. 2 right there. Hurry up here, we're down to 10 minutes. Time flies, let me tell you. And this has got some really sticky tape on the back, so I'm okay with just securing that down with the tape that it provides. Okay, just go right across straight. Under there. Very nice. Very nice. I like it. I almost, before that dries, you know what I want to do? I want to put the gold up there. Since I think that gold really stands out much better on this one because, like I said, the pages are dark. Oh yeah, I think that makes a huge improvement. Very big difference. Okay, what else we got? Let's go ahead and we got to figure out where we want our ribbon to go. And I'm thinking right about there. So I'm going to use my grid lines for this. I'm going to line that up as best I can. And actually, I think I want to bring that down just a bit. Okay. And I'm going to use a pencil come in 1/2 inch. Half an inch, right? Well, 1/2 inch is there. Okay, I'm gonna make a little dot, come in 1/2 inch, make a dot. And I'm gonna go down 1/2 inch. Or how wide is the ribbon that I'm gonna use? 1 inch, so I need 1 inch, okay. So, do I really need it to be? I guess I do. Okay. So we're gonna go down 1 inch. And I'm gonna come in 1/2 inch. Line my ruler up. Best I can. Come in 1/2 inch. Put a dot, 1/2 inch. And put a dot. And then we can erase those dots after we get done. Then I'm going to bring my ruler in and I'm going to cut from one dot to the next. Put my point on there. And bring it down. Okay, do the same with the other side. Find my dots, the light's kind of glaring. A bit of a glare. Okay, there we go. Cut from one dot to the next. Oops, my paper's tearing on me a little bit. Cut a little bit slower. And then I'm just gonna make sure that went all the way through from one end to the other. And now I see why I'm having a difficult time cutting that. It's because I used the tape in the back rather than glue. The tape is wanting to pull on the paper. So that's a learning lesson. If I'm going to be cutting through, I need to be aware of that. Okay. So for my ribbon that I chose, I have this pretty pink ribbon. I thought that was a nice accent. And this one is totally up to you. You can go all the way through and leave the ribbon, but I cut it, you know, but no sense in wasting that little bit of ribbon, you know, because this is going to get mounted right down to your page. But if you were giving this as a gift, this would make a beautiful gift. I would recommend that you go and wrap the ribbon all the way around. We'll go ahead and do that on this one. Okay, so I am just going to poke that through. And we'll go ahead and pull it all the way through. And then feed it back through this other side. Keeping the ribbon straight. You don't want it to turn on you. See, like it's trying to do there. Giving yourself enough on each side for tying a little slip, you know, small knot like we did on the other one. And I think I left myself, let's see, I can give you guys a measurement. Almost 7 inches. So I know I got more than that here. So we don't have to use quite that much. We'll pull it back through just a little. And leave ourselves about the same. So leave ourselves 7 inches. Okay. Go back through this way a little bit. Straighten our ribbon out. Make sure it's nice and flush on both sides. Not too much bulk. And then we'll give ourselves 7 inches on this side. And where's my scissors? And give it a cut right there. Okay. And then we've got enough room, and usually what I do, grab this, with this type of ribbon, I don't know what kind of ribbon this is. What is it? I think it's called Grosgrain or something like that. But it frays quite a bit, so I usually just take a lighter and Oops. And I'll burn the edges just a tad, just to eliminate all that fraying. There we go. So it won't fray any longer there. Okay. And then there we go. We can give that a little tie and a little knot tie there. How pretty is that? Oh my, gorgeous. Okay, so what's left? All we need is a little something right up here. On this one I put the word travel. So for this one I chose the word kindness. And I thought we'd put that right up there. So let's trim that down. And we'll back it with a piece of coffee dyed paper. And again, I'll just use the glue stick on this. And give that a good press. Okay, let me get some of this mess out of the way here so we can see what we're looking at. Okay, we're almost done, guys. That was easy. Now we just got to trim this down. And I backed this one with a piece of fabric, but you totally don't have to do that if you don't want. Just the coffee dyed paper, you know, with a little bit of a mat around your word element, I think is quite enough. And we'll just leave it like that because, like I said, it'll kind of stand out a little bit more against that brown background, just like that. Yeah, or if we wanted to, we could, let me see how that would look. Put a piece of pink ribbon behind it. Or do we want to do that? Let me see. Oh, it's not too bad actually. Let's do that. I don't like that fold there though, so I'm going to trim that off. And go there. Okay. Now we need to glue that down. I'm going to use my wet glue for that. Okay. Like that. Yeah, I think this would make a really, really nice gift, guys. If you wanted to do a little thank you gift or just thinking of you gift, a little extra thing to tuck in, you know, into a journal, that would be really nice as well. Or again, just put it right on a journal page. Lily, I'm making this for now. Either or. Wonderful. Okay, that is so pretty. Look at that, guys. And if we wanted to cut that down just a bit, we could, but then I have to singe the edges again. And that's it, guys. So there we go. Let me move this out of your way. You get a look at both of them. I hope you like the project today. Very, very pretty. Rounded edges versus squared edges. Whites and the brights versus dark color background and the pink elements on this one. Either way, you cannot go wrong. Again, here it is, laying on your journal page. Isn't that lovely? Just lovely. I hope you like the project. Thank you so much for your time. Give me a thumbs up, give me a like, give me a comment, and I will see you soon. God bless. Bye-bye.